what would you rather have happen? Go to the conference championship and get beat by the fucking Niners again, or get beat by the Rams on their way to the Super Bowl?
In the divisional?
Go to the fucking championship.
No, I would rather lose to the Rams. I would absolutely rather lose to the Rams.
I would much rather go farther.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to make the
it would still suck, but I would rather make the conference championship.
Making the conference championship again and not getting to the Super Bowl. Honestly, I would be more happy.
Well, you're still in the conference championship.
Yes, but we lose again to the same team. And until the Niners again, I would be more happy.
Oh, fucking well. Like, at least if we lose to the Rams, I know you guys don't think like this, but if we lose to the Rams, at least I'm like, you know what? Like, Matthew Stafford is.
Oh yeah, see, I give zero fucks about that.
No, I'm saying if we lose to Brock Purdy, I might fucking kill myself.
Oh, I don't.
You guys complain about the 49ers being the Avengers all year last year. They beat us again. Now it's a problem. Like
no. See, mine's not
you
about
think
the
I'm
players.
They beat us last year? What the fuck does that mean?
Mine's not about the players that are on the team. It's not about really the team. It's more. It is because I don't want to lose. I feel like losing to the Niners 2 times in a row in the same game would be rough. We lose to the Rams in the divisional. It's like,
I mean, it would be tough, but at least you made it there again.
Yeah, but
I don't want to make it 1 game shy of the Super Bowl.
1 game shy is terrible.
That sucks.
So
that
we
sucks.
don't.
It sucks, but at least you're fucking there. I would much rather end my season in the conference championship.
I'd rather plateau at the Western I would rather plateau at the NFC Championship.
I don't want to
dip down. Like what?
But it's also again, it is losing.
I'd rather maintain that success.
It has nothing to do with Brock Purdy and Matt Stafford. It has zero things to do about that. The Niners again. If we lost to the Niners,
fuck who the team is.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't. If we lost to the Niners twice in a row, I'm walking in.
If we lost to the Niners twice in a row,
it would be like crazy.
It would be like the Bills.
If we lose to the Niners twice in a row,
it would be like the Bills and the Mahomes. It would feel like, okay, we can beat this fucking team.
If we lose to the Niners twice in a row in the same game, I'm walking in traffic. Because if we lose to the Rams, in my eyes, it's like, you know what? We beat them last year. They beat us this year. All right, well, fair game. We'll see you next year. It has nothing to do with the team.
Playing the Niners this year, if we go into San Fran and they beat us, and then we get beat in the playoffs by them, oh my fucking god! It would literally, it would be awful. It would be terrible.
I don't give a shit. You're 1 game away from the Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck.
That's terrible.
Plus, you're losing to a superior team. You're losing to a superior team. If you lose to the Rams, that's a less value team you're losing to. That's worse.
I don't think the Lions are here and the Rams are here. It's like the Lions here, the Rams here. Like, it's not like we would lose to the
But in my prediction, both teams going 11-6, so it really isn't a superior team. I can't lose to the Niners again in the conference championship.
That's just fucking wild to me.
Like, I really don't want, like, see, and that's the thing.
This is the LeBron argument.
Like, especially since we already beat, you know what, I would say, well,
Lions fans don't know how to handle success. That's what I'm taking away from this.
It'd be the same
I just
situation.
think you guys are okay, like, with the fucking...
It'd be the
like shit.
I mean, I obviously don't want to like never make a fucking Super Bowl, but if we were to repeat and go back to the conference championship, I'd take that. Like
it'd be the same scenario. So say last year if we lost to Matt Stafford and the Rams at home, and we were to come back and play them again at home, it'd be that same scenario. I would not want to lose to the same team twice in a row in the same game. You know how bad that looks. That looks so bad.
That's not the NFC Championship.
If we go out next year, in my eyes, I know it could be, but in my eyes, if we go out next year, my predictions are spot on. We beat the Falcons in our wildcard game. Boom. Another playoff win added to Dan's record. We're looking good. We go into that divisional game, same team, the Rams. I have them at 11-6. They're still a hot team. Great offense, amazing offense, and a decent defense. And we lose to them. Okay, we beat them last year. They beat us this year. We'll come back next year, regroup. We'll do just as good. But if we get
that means they would have beat us twice this 1 year.
If we get to that conference if we get to that conference championship game, my thought is we can't lose to these guys again. If we lose to these guys again, we will look like fools. It's
the way we lost. It's the way we lost.
The Bills have started
But I would much rather lose in the NFC Championship.
Are you telling me the Bills have not started to become laughing stocks because they cannot make it past the Chiefs?
The difference is
I don't want to do it to the
Bills
Niners.
have tried like 6 times. This is only the 2nd try for the Lions.
But it'd be in the same game 2 years in a row.
This is only the 3rd ever NFC Championship.
If we blow another 24-7 lead, then yeah, it'd be embarrassing. But who's to say that's going to happen? What if it's a close game and we lose by a field goal?
There's also, like, I know, you guys might not think this way again too, but there's a small factor in my brain with losing to the Rams versus losing to the Niners. The Niners are younger, and I feel like the Niners are going to be good for another 2-3 years, basically no matter what. They're going to lose guys, but they're not going to go from a 13-win team to a fucking 6-win team. Like, I think they're going to be around 10 to 13 wins the next 3-4 years. I think the Rams, I think Matthew Stafford's probably going to play about 2 more years, and then he's like, that Rams team's going to fucking suck. They're probably going to suck before he's done. So it's like, if you lose to the Rams, it's also like, okay, well, they're not a fucking problem anymore. If you get beat by the Niners, and the Lions and the Niners keep, like, they're both good for the next 5 years, and yeah, it's like what Marshall's saying. It's like, okay, we got to face the team in the playoffs that we can't fucking beat for the next 5 years. Like,
to be the man, you have to beat the man. Like,
I understand your aspect of we made it to the conference championship game.
Yeah, but the Niners aren't even the.
But seriously, but see, there's no reward. So once you make it to the playoffs, okay, you win your division, you made it to the playoffs, you get your reward. You won your division, you made it to the playoffs. Okay? After that, it's basically like if you win the conference championship game, that's another thing. Your conference championships. But winning a division game and losing a conference championship game and wild card, anywhere in between there, if you win or lose, it doesn't matter. So winning that division game and basically losing that conference game, it'd be like, you know what? Okay, we just regroup, come back next year. But losing 2 conference championships game in a row do not look good at all. Not at all.
I'm also in Marshall's boat. If you win 1 playoff game, we go to the wild card and we win a playoff game. I don't give a fuck what happens after that unless we make the Super Bowl. Like,
yes.
30 years. It took us 30 years to get to the fucking NFC Championship game.
And that's awesome. I don't know how you fucking felt. After we won the playoffs, like, I realized I don't give a fuck about playoff wins unless we go to the Super Bowl. That's all I give a fuck.
Like playoff wins are going to be nice. Like, we go to the wild card, we win, boom. Okay, we're still that team. But the goal is the Super Bowl. And if you make it to the divisional round and you lose, it's like, well, you know, that sucks. But, you know, well, it is what it is. We'll come back, regroup next year. But you are 1 game away from the Super Bowl again. I said this right after we lost to the Niners 1 time. I said I would have rather lost in a divisional round than lose that game, because that game hurts that you're so close yet so far. I would rather lose. I'd rather lose in a Super Bowl than lose in a conference championship game.
Why are we not striving for getting as far as possible every single year?
I don't think you guys are kind of getting this.
I'm glad
you guys are fucking idiots. That's what I'm grasping right now. Like, what are we talking about?
Thank you.
What are we talking about?
I'm a little separate than Marshall. I'm glad
we made loser's mentality.
Man,
I got to see that.
Just happy to be there.
I'm gonna be very dead ass right now. I think me and Marshall are bigger Lions fans than you guys, and it fucking sucks being that close and not like seeing that happen.
I witnessed the 0-16 season.
Okay,
the 0-16
that
season.
game, that conference championship game.
I witnessed.
I'm telling you right now.
No winning period. No winning period. I'm okay with losing in the fucking conference championship. Sorry.
See, that's the thing. Like, I've said it. Like, that game, that Niners game, messed me up. Like, that was sucked.
It's because we blew a lead. If we just lost straight up without blowing that big of a lead, you guys wouldn't be feeling this way. I promise you.
I stand on this, and I'm firm with this. I would rather lose in a Super Bowl than a conference championship game. I would rather, like, I know you're 1 game away, but you at least made the Super Bowl. I would also rather lose in the divisional than the conference, but that's because you gain nothing by getting to the conference championship game. You gain nothing getting past the divisional.
Like I
said,
what
do you gain?
So why aren't you happy
the wild card then?
Let's not make the playoffs. Let's not make the playoffs if we're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, now you guys are
That's what you fucking saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying yes, I want to make the playoffs. But if we're going to win the divisional and not win the conference, then what's the fucking point?
What's the point of making the playoffs?
If we can't win the conference championship game, what's the fucking point of winning any game before that?
We're saying there's no difference. Okay, you go and you win a playoff game. That's awesome. You love winning a playoff game every year. Like, if you can do that consistently, that's
we haven't. But okay. Go ahead. We've never established that.
Okay, and me and Marshall literally just said, after we go and win a wild card game, okay, it doesn't fucking matter anymore unless we're in the dance. And that's fucking what you want to, like.
We're not at that stage as a franchise. We're not in that stage, though.
It's like, it's getting your hopes up. It is literally getting your hopes up. So say you make it, and this is, I guess I'm saying, yes, I want to make it to the conference championship game. So, like, if we are doing these predictions and say any other year, obviously, I want to make it as far as I can go. But if someone from the future were to look at me and say, you have a choice that predicts your future, you can either make it to the conference championship game and lose, or make it to the divisional and lose. Pick one. I'm picking divisional and lose. I'm not going one game away and not making it. I'm not going one game away and not making it.
You guys can't act like we're crazy when me and him are both literally. I think this is just.
Yeah, you're both fucking crazy. I don't know.
I think it's just.
I don't think.
I guess we're gonna just have to agree to disagree.
Yeah,
I
don't think.
We're not gonna convince each other. I think you're crazy. You guys think we're crazy. Like that's just it.
I don't think you guys are crazy. I understand your point, but I just don't. I don't think it affects.
Well, then I think you're crazy.
I don't think that. I legitimately.
All right, Colin. Let me ask you this: so, say the next 4 years in a row we make the conference championship game and we lose every single one.
Yep.
To the 49ers.
That is, you are insane.
Yep.
You are fucking insane, Colin.
Oh no.
Because you at least have a chance to win one of those games.
I don't give a fuck. I would seriously. If we make it to 4 straight conference championship games and lose every single one,
I would rather have the chance
fire the head coach.
Play for a Super Bowl.
You fire the head coach if you make it to 4 championships games and you lose every single one. You fire the head coach. You
this
absolutely get him the
if it's to this,
if it's mediocre. This is why we're a mediocre franchise.
Yeah, you get them the fuck out of there. If they can't, there have been talks of the
Bills for 12 games in a row. Every year he's been in Dallas. He's on the hot seat and they're ready to pick him up.
And the Bills coach was also on the hot seat for a little bit. They started questioning. They started questioning the Bills head coach. They are questioning him. Like that's like if he doesn't make it to a Super Bowl and he keeps losing in the playoffs, they're gonna boot him. You can't get that close and not make it.
I would rather consistently be there and then like 1 or 2 times win that game. You know, you at least have a chance to like win that game and move on. I would rather do that than consistently be in the fucking wild card or divisional round.
Yes, but this is hypothetically saying we don't win that game, Colin. That's what we're talking about.
I don't care. I would still rather be there and have that chance.
Yeah, see, now that's where we're getting into the stage I think you're crazy. I don't want that. If we're not going to win, if I know we're not going to win, I don't want to be there.
I would rather go and win the conference championship 1 time than get there 8 times and lose every fucking one. Like, that's kind of, I think, what me and Marshall are getting at more than you are.
It's just,
I mean, like, as a fan, that would hurt to, like, lose all of those,
I just don't think you're understanding how bad
years in a row. But, like, from a team standpoint, you want to fucking be in that game every fucking year. I don't give a fuck if you lose.
Yes, but you don't want to lose every... Yeah, well, you don't give a fuck if we lose. What?
I mean, like, of course I care. Of course I care if we lose. I would rather win a fucking Super Bowl. But I'm saying, like, it's not, like, the end of the world. Like, you were that close. You were one of the best teams in the league.
It was, Colin, there is not a day for the past 3 months after that game. There wasn't a day that went by that I cannot believe we won that game. There's still days I open Twitter and I see something about that game, and I'm like, I can't believe.
If that had been a competitive game the whole time and we lost at the end anyway, like
I just can't believe we were that close.
My biggest thing,
so far.
I think a competitive game down to the end is just as bad, if not worse, than a fucking blown lead. Honestly,
what are we talking about?
All right, we're wrapping up
we gotta
that
move on.
Dallas, give us your prediction.
Okay.